Welcome to the show. I am Spurg, and I'm flying solo tonight. Arlington might join me tonight. He has some family issues that he is taking care of. So we'll see how that goes later. The only reason I'm starting early is because look, right here, you guys can see I wrote down all 32 of my NFL draft picks right here. I'm just gonna do my top 10 because the draft is getting ready to start in like a little few minutes, like 11 minutes or whatever, something like that, 7 o'clock. But I have Mendoza as number one, going to the Raiders. I have Bailey going to the Jets. I have the O lineman, Magagula, or however you say his name, Mayagua, going to Arizona. I have Bain going to Tennessee. I have Tate, the wide receiver, going to the New York Jets. I have Fando, the OT, going to the Cleveland Browns. I have Reese, the linebacker, going to Washington. I have the great wide receiver, Lemon, going to the great city of New Orleans. And the player that everybody's watching, Mr. Jeremiah Love, I have him going to KC at number 9. And then I have the safety Downs going to Cincy. Those are my top 10 picks. Again, let me unmute there. Microphone's back. Sorry about that, folks. Had to rearrange some stuff so the mic went out. But yes, that's how I have my picks for the NFL. Now, I'm actually going to pull up my Hulu account right now because I have the lovely Amanda upstairs. She's watching it. Why does it say start my free trial? We don't have a free trial. Damn it. Where's my live TV? I don't know. Here we go. Channels. Here we go. What is going on here? Amanda. I need Amanda to help me. She's the one that seems to control everything around here. I don't know why, but that's just how it works. Oh, look, as you can see, I'm getting Hulu set up right now because I'm going to watch the draft as we talk about this. Because I'm telling you guys right now, my picks are going to be the ones. What I said is what's going to happen. That is how those teams are going to go, whether you like it or not. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it's going to be. This because I hear it in my headphone over here. If you don't believe me that I have the NFL draft playing as we go, I'm going to show you. It's right there in the corner of my screen. You see it? There's the NFL draft. Right on good old NFL Network, which that's the one I prefer the most. So we're going to take that off. All right, let's get to it. UFL Week 4 broke down. It started, season played, some okay games, but we're seeing a trend. We're seeing a trend, people, with the UFL games. The second hour is drawing better than the first hour. That's the trend that we're seeing. But the real question is the attendance and is the viewership increasing? That's the real question. Is it increasing? So can you take the rose-colored glasses off? Oh, and by the way, you see I'm wearing my Fighting Falcons hat because if you're in St. Louis, there's two big teams playing this week, the St. Louis Slam over at Rockwood Summit, which myself, Amanda, will be there, along with the great tailgating group of STL Battlehawk Rick Story. We'll be there tailgating. Amanda will be on the sideline taking pictures and stuff like that, interviewing players before and after the game for her show and stuff like that. Be the first time we take Blake to a football game, so we'll see how that one goes. But, listen, if he doesn't like it, I leave, Amanda stays and does her job. This is how it works. That's how you do stuff, right? And then the St. Louis Falcons are traveling all the way to Raytown, Missouri, to play the Kansas City team this weekend. A team that both these two teams have a lot of hatred for each other, so we'll catch that. You'll catch that Sunday night right here on the X Fan Show. We'll talk about that game and all of that. Now, back to what I was saying. Listen, I know everybody says, oh, Spurge, you hate the UFL. You hate the UFL. You don't like it. No, that's not the case, people. I like the UFL. I like football. Okay? But I'm going to call it out how I see it. I say it all the time with the NFL that there's dumb stuff that happens in the NFL. Here's the problem that I'm having. I like the things that Rapoli is doing, but why the hell are you changing the rules in the middle of the year? Makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever to change the rules in the middle of the year. The rules have been in place since the inception when they came back in 23 with the overtime rule. We actually saw it back last year against Birmingham and Memphis, where a play ended on a defensive penalty and they were awarded the point. See, we forget that. We forget the past. But it's already happened once before, and it happened last year in Birmingham and the Showboats. I was there for the game. I'm like, what the hell? How is that possible? Why are they doing that? But it was a rule that's already been in place. So we saw it happen again with Louisville. So what do? Fans got mad. I'm sorry. Read the rule book. It's on the website. If you don't believe me, look, I'm going to go to UFL.com and I'll show you. UFL.com. Look, I'm going to show you guys that I'm doing it as we speak live. I'm going to show you as we speak live that I'm doing it. Right here. Here you go. So you click there. We're going to go to here. And we're going to go right over here to, let's see, where do we go? We're going to scroll all the way down. I think it is, where's the rules? Let me find the rules. I don't see it, but we're going to find the rules. Oh, there we go, right here. Let me click on about. We're going to go to rules. People, there it is. It's always been there on the website. The rules have always been on the website. You could go, and this is just the new standard rules. You could click here and get the entire rule book. Look, I'm going to show you. You can get the entire rule book right here. It's been there the whole time, guys. It's been there. It's not my problem. As fans, you don't read your rule book. It's not my problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's not my problem that you guys didn't read the rules. The rule has always been in place. It's been in place since 2023. But yet, because we didn't like it and everybody bitched and moaned, we got rid of the rule. So we changed it mid-season. Come on. How can you be taken serious if you change the rule mid-season as a league? To me, you're starting to look more gimmicky, more like the Savannah Bananas, because you just do whatever you want to do. I understand that we want them to listen to us, but you don't change the rule in the middle of the season. I'm sorry, you don't. You just don't do that. I that's just how I feel. And if you guys feel differently, fine. Let me know that you feel differently. I don't care. But, I mean, look. It just makes no sense that you change the rules in the middle of the season because we didn't like what happened. It's that simple. The NFL would never do it. The NFL waits till the following year. The MLB wouldn't do it. They wait till the following year. NBA wouldn't do it. They wait till the following year. MLS wouldn't do it. They wait till the following year. I can tell you this. The new league that is getting ready to kick off on May 30th, called the Continental Football League, which is the People's League, they're asking people's opinions now to get the rules in place. They're not going to change a rule mid-season. I can guarantee you that. How do you change a rule mid-season and still expect to be taken as a legit and serious league? As a fan, knowing the rule is there, and then you do that, that is a slap to my face. As a fan. I'm sorry, but it is. If you want to disagree with me, great. That's your opinion to disagree with me. That's what makes this so great, because I'm not going to argue your opinion. It's your opinion. That is your right and your opinion. Regardless if I agree with it or not, it's your opinion. All I got to do is respect it, regardless if I like it or not. That's what's so great about the X-Fan show that me and Arlington are doing. Another reason why, I already told you guys why Arlington's not here, but he might stop in. He said he might. But, who knows with Arlington. But anyways, I'm sorry. I just, it irritated me that they changed the rule in mid-season. I'm sorry. It just did. I think it's stupid. I don't think they should have done it. Did it suck? Yes. That the game lost that way? Yes, it sucked. NFL draft getting ready to start in 2 minutes. As you guys see, I already gave you guys my top 10 right there. Mendoza, Bailey, Magliola, Bain, Tate, Fano, Reese, Lemon, and Love. And Downs. That's my top 10. That's the top 10 picks of the NFL draft. I've had it written down for years. You guys don't believe me? Amanda can type in here and she'll tell you, yeah, he's had it written down for months. I've had it written down. Me and Arlington, we're going to do some shows on the NFL draft. I actually have my entire list right here. Then I go with Delane at number 11 to Miami. McCoy going to Dallas. Let's see. Then you got the trade with Atlanta to the Raiders, and that's War Newsome. He's going to the Raiders at 13. Tyson, the wide receiver, is going to the Ravens. At 14, Styles, the linebackers, going 15 to Tampa Bay. Iona, the inside linebacker, is going to the Jets at number 16. I have it all written down right here. I'll put it up later. I'll post it up later as I wrote it all out. But yeah. So back to the thing I was saying. I mean, look. You can't just change rules in the middle of the season because people don't like them. You can't do that. You just can't. And if you do that, then it makes us as the real fans, the diehard fans, start to look at the league differently, because we're not attracting new fans if we're doing that stuff. It's just a gimmick. What bad words? What bad words did I use, Michael? Or Mitchell? What bad words did I use? What bad words did I use? Man, them Mariners, boy. Woo! God, they ain't doing so hot for you guys up there. I feel bad for you up there with those Mariners. Woo! They are not doing so shabby. Not like they used to, man. Woo! It's bad. Bad for the Mariners right now. But again, we're trying to attract new fans. How does that help us? By changing the rules in the middle of the season. It just doesn't. It just doesn't do that for us. Now, look, now listen. And also this whole UFL players being blacklisted. I mean, are they really being blacklisted? Because if you guys don't realize this, Mr. Ricky Pearson, right, signed an injury letter with the Seattle Seahawks saying he could never play football again. Now, if you watch Syndicate tonight, that I do with Quincy Workman, the owner and operator of the Texas Syndicate out of the COFL. I asked him, I go, Quincy, let me ask you a question. You're an owner. You're a GM of your team. Are you going to sign a guy who's injury prone and has had a letter stating that he can't play anymore by the NFL? He should have said, no, I wouldn't do it. Now, Mr. Frank Ginda, same thing. He's injury prone. So is he really being black? Are these guys really being blacklisted? Are they? Are they really being? These are guys that are been injury prone. And listen, this is a double-edged sword. Maybe they are, but you guys got to remember the one thing that Mike Rapoli said, and he said it back in March. If you've been in this league 5 years or more, it's time you go find a coaching job or find a different job. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Is it because these guys have been in the league already long enough and now they're injury prone? So they're not being brought back? Is it? Guess what, guys? If you still think you can play football and you think you're being blacklisted, there's other leagues out there. There's the Arena League, there's the COFL, there's the European League, there's the Canadian League. You're telling me you're being blacklisted, but you can't go play for those other leagues? Why aren't those other leagues calling you? They're not affiliated with the UFL. Why aren't they calling you? They're not affiliated with the UFL, any of those other leagues I just mentioned, the IFL. All those leagues, they're not affiliated with the UFL, but they're not calling you. Is it because you're just injury prone? Is that the thing? Could it be? Who knows? Could be. Maybe that's why you're not being called by these teams. Because you guys are injury prone. Just saying. That's a good question. That's a good question right there. Good question, Mitchell. Again, I'm just saying. Are you really being blacklisted, or is it that you're just injury prone and that's why you're not getting a call? You guys keep saying one league is not calling you. You're saying one league is calling you, like what that Frank Giddes says, I've had 3 UFL head coaches, DCs, and 1 GM. Well, that's funny because guess what? The teams don't have GMs anymore. They don't have GMs anymore. That's just true. But saying that, oh, I want you to come play for me, but the league won't let you. Again, I'm going to go to it. Is it because you're an injury-prone player? I had an owner on the team, on the show. We talked about it, and he said it's because you're an injury-prone player. Just that simple. That's just how it works, unfortunately. That's how it works, people. Whether you want to believe it or not. You file a workman's comp suit, what's going to happen to you at work? 9 times out of 10, luckily, you're probably going to get fired. Correct? Probably. After your lawsuit's over, you're going to be let go. Just how it works. It sucks, but that's how it is. You know? All right, Raiders are on the clock. It's 7 at just under 8 minutes. There's the half-wit Terry Bradshaw, possibly the worst color commentator in of all. Bad man football player stealing people. What do you mean by no, Mitchell? Please tell me what you mean by no. That's a very interesting take on what you mean by no. I'd like to know what you mean. But anyways, I'm off that tirade, and I do want to talk about something else. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, I picked it. Mendoza going number 1 to the Raiders. I wrote it down in my little book. So I want to talk about the ratings of the UFL. So if you guys noticed, there wasn't a game on Sunday. And there wasn't a game on NBC or on ABC or ESPN last weekend. There was a thing called WrestleMania that was on Saturday and Sunday for their first hour of their shows were put first for free on ESPN. Now, my time, the 6 o'clock primetime hour, but ESPN or ABC did not have a game this last weekend. ABC and ESPN, who own the UFL, or owners, decided to go with another product called the WWE WrestleMania. Now, here's the question you have to ask yourself. Does ABC and ESPN truly value the own league they own? Because you had 2 nights, a Saturday and a Sunday, but yet you let Fox carry all the UFL games this week. And NFL Network on Thursday night. So why did they do that? That's the question we have to ask. Got you. Okay. I got you. Book score football season. Okay. Got you. Okay. But why did they do that? Why? Is it that the ESPN and ABC doesn't value their own product? That they thought a fake, scripted sports entertainment would do better on a Saturday night and a Sunday night than their own football league? Now, maybe there's something there to that, because I have some interesting numbers for you. So starting at the 4 o'clock hour, the Orlando versus Birmingham had its average attendance or viewership of 745,000. So then at the 5 to 6 o'clock hour, WrestleMania's kickoff show starts. Now, impressive numbers, because guess what? In hour 2, as like I said earlier in this show, we are seeing UFL TV ratings go up in the second half. I told Amanda, I said, I just don't want to watch the first half. I'd much rather watch the second half, because that's when the game is going to get good. And we've seen it. All the scoring has mainly happened in the second half of these games. You don't believe me? Go back and look at it. I got all the games. All the games. I'll show you. My stuff. On my Hulu account. Ready? I'll show you. Right here. Right there. Look, I got them. I got them saved to my stuff. Let me go to my recordings. I'll show you. Here's my recordings. Look. Oh, Birmingham. Oh, what is that? 3 recordings. Orlando Storm, 2 recordings. Battlehawks, 2 recordings. Defenders, 3 recordings. Aviators, 2 recordings. Renegades, 2 recordings. Louisville Kings, 1 recording. They're all there. I have them recorded. So here's what I'm telling you. Go back and watch them. I'm telling you now. It's the last hour of the game. The second half is where all the scoring has been. If you don't believe me, again, go watch the games, because you'll see it. So, from the 5 to 6 o'clock hour on Fox, they averaged, Birmingham and Orlando, 810,000 people watching. Here's something now. Now I'm going to go to ESPN2, which held the WrestleMania 42 kickoff from 5 to 6, 676,000 people watched it. This was just 3 people, Joe Tessitore, Wade Barrett, and Big E, talking about WrestleMania for an hour. For an hour. And they drew 676,000 people on ESPN2. You guys starting to see a trend here. The last and final hour of the game, which I can tell you this, I watched it on my phone, but it had 890,000 people watching the last final hour on Fox. Would anybody like to take a guess of what WrestleMania Hour 1 on Saturday, which was, the starting match was, if I'm not mistaken, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, and then the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship belt. Anybody want to take a guess of what it drew? Anybody? Because are you guys ready for this one? This is on ESPN2. It doubled the final hour of the Birmingham-Orlando game. Doubled almost. 1.6 million people on ESPN2 watched fake scripted sports entertainment. So now you have to ask yourself this. If fake sports, don't give me the excuses, oh, well, WWE's been around forever, and blah, blah. I'm tired of hearing those excuses. Tired of hearing it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 1.6 million people on ESPN2 that a lot of people don't get unless you pay for it. It ain't on a linear television channel like Fox. Fox is on a linear channel. Their last hour, 890,000. Compared to a paid cable service of ESPN2. Got 1.6 million for fake scripted sports entertainment. Explain that to me. How is it that a paid TV service got more than a linear and terrestrial TV major network like Fox outdraw them in an hour? That last hour of their game. Explain it to me, because I'd love to know. And I'm just going to go even a little further, because at the NHL playoff game on ESPN with the Flyers and the Penguins that started at 8:26, because, here's been the pundits that everybody have said is, oh, well, the UFL outdraws the NHL playoffs and NHL and all this. Well, they did 2.1 million on Fox. So my question to this. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know, Sunday night, the Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi match on ESPN got 1.8 million on ESPN. Oh, the Jets are in. Their pick is in. I'm saying it's Bailey. I have it already. I've already called it. Told you. We're about ready to find out. So, now again, Explain that to me. How does that work? Anybody care? I'm waiting. All right, here we go. We got the pick for. Here we go. Let's see if I'm right. I got Bailey, the edge for the Jets. Going to the Jets. All right, here it is. Oh, I was right. David Bailey out of Texas Tech. Whew. Now, this is the only one that's going to worry me a little bit. Arizona, right here. Now, I will say this, though. I will say this. The attendance or the viewership has increased 24% over the last year for the UFL. And I think a lot of that has to do with Louisville, Columbus, and Orlando being back in the mix. Okay. So it has increased a little. I mean, we've only had one game to hit the million mark, and that was Birmingham and St. Louis at just 1 million, right? You know, the ABC doubleheaders, when they do their doubleheaders, that's up 17%. You know, and the ESPN window has went up 32%. So that's good. But I have a feeling a lot of that has to do with the 3 new markets that we have. That's just what I'm thinking. And I mean, it's showing that kind of is what it is. It's the 3 new markets that are helping helping it rise in viewership, which is good for a league that has had so much volatility. Right? Now look, I mean, listen, here you go. The average, you know, if you look at if you go to a 3-year breakdown, right? For the 2024 season when the merger actually happened, you were at about 816, 817 wide, peak windowed at 1.9. Okay? For the opener. Now, 2025 season average for viewership went down to about 670. They had the St. Louis and DC game in 25 go to 1.4. So you were down 18%. Roughly 18, 19%. Okay. Now, again, this year with the 3 new markets, the viewership has went up. You're averaging around 830 to 840,000 on average. Still with the 1 million game with Birmingham and St. Louis. So you're up about 24, 25% from last year to this year. Again, so St. Louis can't really say that they're the ones holding the viewership, even though they are the team that got the million viewership, right? You know, yeah. You know, so you got to look at it. I'm taking into consideration the 3 new markets are what is helping the TV viewership in 26. I just gave you the numbers, and it just showed you. There she is, the Miss Lovely Amanda. She just handed me my hot water. Amanda, before you go, has anything I said been wrong so far?
All of it.
She's an idiot. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But so, again, I'm going to give it to the 3 new markets that have helped the attendance go up. All right, now, Arizona is on the clock. This is the one thing I'm worried about. Because Arizona might take Love, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to go with the O tackle. That's just what I think, but I don't know. But that's the one thing. But if Arizona doesn't take Love, then that means, in my opinion, Love will drop down to that 9 spot to Kansas City. And I think Love would be a great addition. And that Kansas City could trade up. If I was Kansas City and I really wanted Love, I would trade up to Arizona. That's what I would do. That's just what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We're about ready to find out if the pick is in. You know, no, it's not in yet. You know. Or wait, is it? Did they take Trey McBride? Where did I have McBride at on my list? No, I didn't take Trey McBride. I don't even have him on my list. Now, here it is. The pick is in, so we're going to see how this goes out. But yeah, again, we're starting. I mean, here's the thing that we're noticing with the UFL. We're not really, we've grown a little bit with the new 3 markets, but we're not bringing in the new viewerships. We're not bringing in more fans. And I think a lot has to do with that. We're just changing rules in the middle of the season. If you want my opinion, that's what I think, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. So we're getting ready to come up. Roger Boudel is getting ready to come up onto the stage to tell us who our number 3 pick is. I'm still saying it's the O-line kid. But again, like I said, this one scares me because they may take Jeremiah Love. I don't think they will, but they may take Jeremiah Love. We're about ready to find out right now. Here he comes. Here comes Roger to the thing. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Roger does. All right, here we go. The Cardinals select. Let's see if... Oh, they did. All right. So I missed one. Love went number 3. Dang it. So I missed one. Dang, that sucks. Oh, well, you can't be perfect all the time, ladies and gentlemen, like I am. 9 times out of 10, I'm always perfect. So, you know, it is what it is, boys and girls. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm just always that good. You know? Let's see. Okay, so I missed that one. That's all right. I missed it. It's, you know, it is what it is. It happens. Can't be right all the time. Can I? Can't be right all the time. You know? So, yeah. This can't be. Sometimes I lose. Hey, this is the X-Fan Show. I am Spurg. Arlington is not here with me. He's taking care of some personal issues, but I figured, you know, we needed to keep the show going. So yeah, so then that means my draft, my thing just got messed up then. If Love went to Arizona, so then I think the OC kid goes to Kansas City. Then. Dang it. They really screwed me on that. Well, they screwed me on that one. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Bastards. But I mean, it's cool to see Love go to Arizona. I think he'll be good in Arizona. I'm really going to be rooting for this kid because he's got autism, and you guys know, autism is really special in this household. So I'm really going to be pulling for Jeremiah Love. And what Notre Dame really did for that kid, where he could have went to Mizzou, but Mizzou said, hey, sorry, because you have autism, we're not really going to help you the way you should be. And Notre Dame said, hey, you come here, and we're going to help you. And give Notre Dame a lot of credit. They helped the kid, and, I mean, possibly one of the greatest running backs, possibly the best running back in this draft, possibly the best all-around player, offensive player in this draft, to be honest with you. I mean, you're talking about a kid who could come out of the back, who can catch, who can come out of the slot, can block everything, you know. So, oh, there's our boys at CBC right there. Oh, that's Jeremiah's Love. Yep. CBC High School. So it looks like CBC's got a new team to root for in Arizona Cardinals. So yeah. So the number 4 Jeremiah Love going to the Arizona Cardinals. I missed one, but that's okay. That's all right. You know, so hey, best of luck to Jeremiah Love. Hell, I might even buy it. I might even buy an Arizona Cardinal jersey. You never know. So, you know what? That being said, I think I've pretty much said everything that I wanted to say tonight. Thank you for everybody who joined in. But yeah, I think I'm done. It's been a very long week. Getting a little dizzy. Head's starting to hurt. I gotta go spend time with the wife because it's been just a busy week for us and stuff and stuff like that. So we're gonna watch the draft together. With all that being said, I will see you guys next week. And tune in Sunday, 7 o'clock. Wait a second, right here. Yeah, wait. What's going on here? What am I doing? Right there. Right there. There you go. There you go. Tune in Sunday, 7 o'clock for the Fighting Falcons talk. Other than that, I will see you guys on Sunday. And you guys have a great, great rest of your evening.